Since COVID-19, the world has shifted dramatically and not necessarily for the better. Everything has turned dull, almost colorless, and in some ways so have we. Along the way, we've collectively lost a bit of our spark, and if you're being honest with yourself, you probably feel it too. Every new year, we hear the same old promise. This year will be my year, for real. But it wasn't in 2023, it won't be in 2024, and it won't be in 2025 either, unless you make it happen. So, give me a moment of your time and I'll push you to commit to making 2025 your year. But let's be clear, I'm not here to motivate you. Motivation is like a sugar rush, temporary and unreliable. I'm not selling candy. Instead, I'm here to give you the tools, perspective, and the tough love you need to make this your year, for real. I won't be too harsh, I know you've been trying, or at least you think you have. Maybe you started a fitness plan but quit after 2 weeks because life got in the way, or perhaps you set goals so vague they were easy to ignore. I want to be better. Better at what? Breathing? You've been doing that since birth. Here's the thing, trying isn't enough if you're only half-hearted. You're not failing because life is unfair, though yes, it can be. You're failing because you're waiting for life to magically align with your vibes. It won't. You're the one who needs to align with your goals. And to do that, you need to start where it matters most, your time. You probably say, I don't have time, but that's funny because you had time to scroll TikTok for 3 hours yesterday. You had time to rewatch the same show for the 4th time because it's cinema. You had time to stare at the ceiling, thinking about how you have no time. See, you have time, you're just bad at using it. Let's break it down. You have 24 hours in a day. Say you sleep for 8 hours, if you're lucky, work or study for 8, and spend 2 hours eating and existing. That leaves 6 hours. Now ask yourself, what am I doing with them? If you can't answer without stuttering, you've found your problem. We live in an era where you can learn almost anything for free or close to it. Want to start a business? There are tutorials, templates, and even AI tools to guide you. Want to get fit? There are apps, YouTube channels, and communities to keep you accountable. Want to learn a new skill? Platforms like Coursera, Skillshare, or even TikTok, if you follow the right creators, have you covered. So why are you using your phone to scroll aimlessly instead of leveling up? Technology isn't the enemy, you are. Your phone is a tool, but if you treat it like a toy, it'll treat you like a joke. But even tools are useless without a plan, which brings me to my next point. Systems. Saying, I want to save money is cute, but what's your plan? Are you tracking expenses, automating savings, or just hoping your bank account will surprise you like a pop quiz? The same goes for fitness, learning, relationships, everything. Goals are useless without systems. Systems are what make you show up on the days you don't feel like it. They're the boring routines that actually get results. They're the meal preps, the study schedules, the workout plans. They're what separate achievers from dreamers. And let's talk about the grind. Most of what will make you successful isn't exciting. It's boring, repetitive, and often uncomfortable. It's waking up early to work out when you'd rather sleep. It's saying no to plans so you can study. It's putting in effort when no one's clapping for you. The grind isn't supposed to feel good, it's supposed to feel necessary. And the sooner you stop expecting every step to be fun, the sooner you'll see results. Of course, the grind doesn't have to be old-fashioned. Times have changed, and you need to recognize the opportunities right in front of you. We're living in the most resource-rich era of all time. There's no excuse for being stagnant. Want to make money? Opportunities are everywhere. Want to learn coding, public speaking, or even how to talk to people? Free tutorials exist. Want to get better at anything? Google it. You're not struggling because of a lack of opportunities, you're struggling because you're not grabbing them. And no, scrolling through success content isn't the same as taking action. You might be watching this video and listening to my advice, but are you actually putting in the work? Stop being a passive consumer of inspiration and start being an active participant in your own life. That said, there's still one problem: the idea of balance. You've been sold this idea that you can balance everything perfectly: work, life, growth, rest. But it's not that easy, and it's overrated. If you want something badly enough, you have to let other things slide. That doesn't mean burning out, but it does mean prioritizing like your life depends on it, because it kind of does. You're not going to achieve your goals by squeezing them into the cracks of your schedule. They need to be front and center, not an afterthought. To do that, you need to answer one big question. Am I really trying? It's easy to say you're trying, but are you really? Or are you just dabbling? There's a difference between effort and consistent effort. One gets you short-term results, if that, and the other transforms your life. Be honest with yourself. If you're not where you want to be, is it because the world is against you, or because you're not fully committed? You can't half commit and expect full results. I'm not saying this as someone perfect, I'm not, but I can confidently say I'm the best version of myself I've ever been. And a big part of that is because I stopped waiting for life to hand me success and started forcing it. If I can do that, why can't you? This is your wake-up call. I'm not going to end this with something cheesy like, you've got this, you might not have this, that's up to you. But if you decide to lock in, really lock in, 2025 can be the year you stop saying, next year will be my year, and start saying, this year is mine. The world isn't going to fix itself for you. It's gray and colorless, and that sucks. But you're smart, strong, adaptable, and most of all, a cutie pie. You can fix yourself, and maybe that'll bring a little color back into everything else too. So are you in, or are we having the same conversation next